Hey, hi all. Welcome to the Equivalence Live. So today we'll be going through all the stocks which we have shortlisted yesterday. We yesterday found four of the stocks for short trading. One is GTPL Hathway Limited. We had like one out of four success. So we just want to check what we went wrong. So all these stocks which we shortlisted yesterday were from the news. So first one is GTPL Hathway. So we see that it's been falling since the morning. If I go to 5 minutes chart, it did had a spike in the morning. One thing we noticed was the liquidity of for this stock was too low, so it did open high, and then it went in a downstream completely, and it actually bounced back a bit in the end. So it was a wrong pick which we did. Should have picked better stock with the more liquidity and momentum. The next one we picked yesterday was Uptown Limited. I think we went good with this, and it gave a good return also. It was 3.67% up. Actually, if you see, it opened very high and it went to 218, and then there was a cup and handle pattern. And but if you see again, it actually closed on a good note. End of 25. I can see that it was down at the end, but I do see that it had good returns. Okay, looking at the other two stocks also, we went wrong with mainly because of the liquidity was not there in the stocks. We suspected that the news would bounce the stocks on a greener side or upper trend, but the news was not much impactful for it to return to uptrend. And basically, what happened was the liquidity on these stocks were less. GPTL Hathway and Prostrum, and we see that the stock went down today by 0.1% and 0.05% one of the stocks, and 1.5% in another one. So yeah, that's what we went wrong in. But Uptown was 4% up, which is good, close to 4%. There was one more stock which we shortlisted yesterday based on the news, which is CMEC Limited, which we did not add mainly because we thought it's a regular news, even though the AA had given a better rating for this. I'm just going to check how it performed today. CMEC Limited. It was up indeed. We should have picked this. It was 3.7% up. All right. So if you had watched the live stream yesterday and planned to buy this, which we actually said no to, you would have made a 3% profit today. Yeah, this was a missed chance, I would say. I think I should have replaced one of our stocks with maybe GDPL news was great, but we did not find this in the charts as well as on the trade, mainly because of the liquidity. Uptown was great news, and it actually delivered exactly what the news was about. The impact was there. Ircon was also down. Prostrom was down, but Prostrom, if you see, the news was great. Some thing it got a L1 bidder for UPS supply for Karnataka fire and emergency service, but it was not reflected in the news. Sorry, in the charts. So we went wrong here. We should have replaced this with the CMAC. Mainly because when we checked yesterday, CMAC had a good liquidity than Prostrom. So I'm just gonna check how it performed in 5 minutes candle. Yeah, this also looks quite low liquidity, low momentum one. But if you see in the early morning around here, it went down and then it bounced back, and it went to reach high on top. So I'm just gonna check what made it. June 15 is the news. There is still they haven't mentioned the news of the Agastya CMAC vessel being again deployed. So that's there. But anyways, looks like a missed chance. Uh, okay, without further ado, let's go ahead and check for the stocks for tomorrow. So the tool which we are currently using is called as Equivalence. This app actually accumulates and identifies all the news in a day regarding the stock market, and the AI goes through the news and identify the directly impacted stocks the news is talking about. So it's much easier for you to check the headlines and see how this particular news is which stock the this news is talking about and what is the direct impact. And not just that, it actually tells you if this stock performs well, what is the other stocks which might benefit, basically sectorial wise or rivalry wise. If this stock performs better, you can watch out to other stocks as well, how that is impacted by this news. So it does the roundup for that whole day. So as the news comes, we show it here, and we actually summarize that and uh, show all the other related news as well. So you can take better calls on while you are trading. So if you see these stocks multiple times in the news and it has a positive impact, then you can go ahead with the trade and do your own analysis based on the charts and take a call. So same thing when you are shorting the stocks as well. You can see what is the news, is it a positive, negative, and what are the other stocks which can be affected, so that you can make profit out of other one also. So once the news breaks, you are already ahead of that. So this is that tool, and for today we would be checking one of the menus in Equivalence itself, which is reports. So this is quite handy. So basically what it does is it fetches all the reports which companies have submitted to NSE, and from that reports the AI will go through the reports and it actually rates what is the good news, bad news, or how positive is the news, and summarizes it so that you are ready for tomorrow to take the shares based on the news. We have a couple of news. We can see that for 24th we have released and planned. So some of the stocks which already says that they will be releasing these documents, and which hasn't come out yet, that will be in planned. So there are quite few. If I go to all released, we see all the released documents. I can see how many are there. 21 released documents are there, so we can go through each of them. AI has already tagged them as a positive news, and how positive is the news, and how negative is the news. And if this news is just the general update which companies or shares have given to NSE, then it will mark as a neutral. We'll go through this and then we shortlist them. Shortlist a couple of stocks which has a positive impacts for that particular day based on the actual news and reports, and then we will add it to our watch list and we'll see how it performs for the next day. Some of the stocks which we added yesterday was Postrum, Ircon, Hubdown, and GTPL. This had a good positive news yesterday, but it did not show actual results in the charts except for a couple of them. So, and again, you can add the watch list and you can set up your alerting here. So this helps you whenever the news comes out and that news is talking about your particular stock which you have added in watch list, then you will get a notification so that you can way ahead of taking a decision on the stocks based on the news. So that's about it. Okay, let's go to the report section. So as the reports loaded, let's segregate with the release documents and then a sentiment positive. So there are only couple of them, 1 2 3 4 5 of them, so we can go through them quickly. Yesterday there were lot many, We will be looking into neutral and other documents as well, which has been submitted, just to be make sure that AI is not hallucinating and missed something, which is a missed opportunity for us. Let's go with the AI impact high to low. Basically, it gives you a rating of the documents. Let's see the first one on mobile. Before I check this document, I'll keep the stock loaded here in TradingView so that we can see how the charts are performing and what is the liquidity on these stocks, and we'll come back to it later. Okay, so this is product launch. On Mobile Global Limited had to launch Onmo Plus Smart Console on Flipkart. It's a new product launch for on mobile. So we saw it yesterday. This has been released quite a long time back. I mean, I think it's on 22nd or 23rd itself. We saw this document. AI has marked it as a positive news with 4 out of 5 impacts. Let's see filing and facts of this. Onmo Smart Console, On Mobile Global Limited announces launch of date, details of the Onmo Plus Smart Console scheduled for June 26th. Alright, White matters. The launch of Onmo Plus Start Console aims to enhance access to premium gaming experiences, which can impact market share in the gaming industry. I'm gonna just check how is the general news for this Onmo Smart Console, because if it is a very small product and the market itself is small, then there is no point in putting the money and expecting complete results for this. So we have a couple of news. Okay, it is Onmo Plus Smart Console and it's not even coming in the news. It's not the first result. It says OnePlus Air Console. Everything is OnePlus Air Console. Okay, I don't see any major uh, news or ads about this. Let me just check. Okay, so there is no marketing involved as well. There is no marketing happen, and that means out of the blue, if the product is getting listed in Flipkart, we do not expect it to be like skyrocketing in sales and that converting into a stock price to be shoot up. So I'm gonna just check the on mobile stock. Looks like the liquidity is not there yet. Not great as well. It's just, if you see, it's 21.8k shares has been traded, which is very less liquidity for this. And I see that it's in a small cap as well, 56.625. Yesterday also we did the same thing with the GTPL Hathway. We picked 60 rupees share, but it did not had such a momentum, even though the news was great. I think that to convert into a what do you say, that to be converted into a stock price spike, it will take a couple of days or time. So we are gonna even though the AI has given 5 rating, I think we are gonna skip this based on common sense. Yeah. So just checking any other newses which would have triggered this. I see that there was a news on 5 days ago on Mobile Global to consider issuance of non-convertible debenture on private placement basis. All right, so they have a debenture also, non-convertible debenture. It's something like a bond. So you will be getting you will be lending money to them. They're kind of a bond. It's called as debenture. So you will be getting a interest for this. And when it says non-convertible, that means once you get the bond, some of the bonds has a capacity to convert it to be completely into shares or partially into shares. So non-convertible means you cannot convert it into a share. So basically you are just lending some money to on mobile, and they will be giving you some X% of interest on that, or they call it as coupons. So that is what is happening. So when a company actually checks for lending money, there might be two ways to go about it. One is they have a long strategy and they're seeing some growth or something like that, but it actually went with 6% up today. So we actually got this news yesterday itself. We should have picked this. There is no absolute reason for it to shoot up other than they have a product lined up, but on Flipkart, but it's not searchable, and I don't see how users are aware about this product. So I see that there is a huge buying happened at the end of today, and in the I think I'm in day chart. Let's go to 5 minutes chart. Yeah, this is actually an uptrend. But again, there is no much liquidity. I think it's only a few guys who are trading this. I'm just gonna open and check the volume of each of the trades. 21, 19, 20k. So overall, if I go today, and today it was almost 1M, but all the other days it's less. And it was fifth day, right? 1 2 3 4 5 days ago. So this might be the day where they have announced the debenture, non-convertible debenture. So that might have triggered it. But any which case, not seeing any much of a moment for this. It's a small cap also. It's not a good stock to pick up for intraday trading. So I'm gonna not going to add for tomorrow's watch list though. But I would suggest if you're interested, you can just go through and take your own call on this stock. Okay. Yeah. Going to the next one, Praxis Home Retails. It also has given a 4 rating. Loan default, and why is it positive? Disclosure of loan agreement with CMS IT Services. Takeaway: Praxis Home Retail Limited has entered into a loan agreement of rupees 14.50 crores. The company has secured an unsecured intercooperated loan from CMS IT Services Private Limited. Praxis Home Retail is borrowing up to 14.50 crore from CMS IT Services for its business needs. All right. We'll see what is the facts and analysis. Loan agreement signed with CMS IT Service Private Limited. Praxis Home Retail Limited entered into a loan agreement for an unsecured loan of rupees 14.50 crores. All right. Is there anything why it matters? The loan agreement is crucial for Praxis Home Retail's operational liquidity and growth. All right. Unsecured loan aids in flexibility without collateral requirements. Great. Interest rate is 11%. Is reasonable for a corporate loans. Loan enhances working capital for business operations, and changes in the interest rate could affect future borrowing costs. Operational risk if the funds are not utilized. Okay, I'm just gonna check how this particular share is doing. Okay, no liquidity, no momentum, nothing, and it's a 8 rupees share. This has been dropped from a very high price from 36 to 8.44 rupees now, and I still see the charts are not positive at all. I see that Ichimoku is still red. It's still in the downtrend. Looks like a breakout happened here, but if you see the green line just crossed the red one. Let's see, is there any other? Praxis Home Retail enters loan agreement with CMS IT Services. So this was a new document which we also saw. Okay, let me just summarize. What does this mean? It went 2%, 2.43% up today. Okay, there is no much info in this. So readers just show the documents and summarize and publish them. All right. What else we have? Praxis Home Retail entered loan agreement with CMS IT Services on April 15th. Or Access appoints Ravi Venkatraman as a chairperson. All right. Not much of info which we get from here. It's just again a very small cap stock, penny stock it is. So not a good choice for intraday. But if you're looking into long term, check the fundamentals for this and then go ahead. All right. Maybe a positive, but not the stock which we are looking for. Let's go to the Fusion one. Fusion Finance Limited. Okay, how is the chart for a daily trade? Hardly see a momentum here. No trade at all for an hour. 30 minutes, and then again it went silent, and then in the end of the day it made a trade. All right, doesn't look like something which have the liquidity. And let me see what is the news. So will it get any benefit tomorrow because of the news? ESOP allotments. No, I should have checked this first. So ESOPs, you can ignore them. So ideally, the AI thinks that ESOPs are great news. That's why it's giving 3-star rating for this. Max Estates. So these two stocks has a positive news, and these are the stocks which have a good momentum and liquidity in the market. So my think I'll be lean towards them today. Let's just check how it's performing, and we also check how the whole sector for that stock is also doing. All right, my bad. The liquidity doesn't see that there is much of a liquidity. I see a lot of no trade in between, and there is a dip in the end. Ichimoku is green for 5 minutes candle, but what is the news which it given? Exited ICE monetization of 17,200 crores portfolio over next 3 years. So how did it perform today? All I can say is it's in a it's making a cup. There is no don't see a actual pattern at all in this. So I would not trade it for intraday, but it does have a spike here on 16th June. No, the latest news was 6th June. I don't see any momentum post that, and I see that on a daily chart it has a Ichimoku grain, so the trend is up. But on the other hand, if you see the MACD, it's already the blue lines are dropping. So usually the red bars are appearing. So we would still see that it might drop down further, and then it might find a way up above. So for now, it's a no. So this is just basically because of the stocks which we picked yesterday. We thought that these stocks are great, but we were little lenient on finding stocks, so it did not work out for us yesterday. Only one out of 4 stocks has been given us the results. Mainly that's why we are picking it. We have become a little stringent to find some stocks which has technically strong as well as fundamentally strong as well. Also the news is strong, only then we pick the stocks. In fact, few of the stocks which we picked yesterday, we thought it may not perform well, actually did perform well, and we did not add it in the watch list. So that's also there. So let's see the Tech Mahindra news. Okay, Tech Mahindra Limited release its business responsibility and sustainability report. It's just a regular update. So, right, what do we have here? The report showcases the company's dedication towards sustainable business practices, which is crucial for long term. All right, so it's just a general update. If you see sectoral wise, what we see is the sectors IT specifically is not doing great. So we are a little away from the sector itself. So if I check here, so if I go to new window, and if we see the heat map of stocks, and let's go to all Indian companies, then sectorial we can see, you see the IT sector would be somewhere here. Let me close this as well. Where did it go? Majority of Indian companies are in finance itself. So if you go to IT sector, so it bounced back, but overall it doesn't look great. TCS was 2% up, Infosys was 2. So it's a bounce, but it I don't see a much strong bounce from these companies. It may be because it's covering the gap downs, but in the longer term, there is no substantial information or positive news which is coming from Indian companies, the service-based companies, basically the big chunk of this. Zomato was down. Oracle was 6% up. Okay. Pine Labs was up. That is good. It's been falling since very long. This is the only day they had made a great uptrend. Other than that, I don't see any other. Small players are still in reds. Okay. So we were looking for the stocks which we had shortlisted a while ago. Which was Tech Mahindra. If you see Tech Mahindra, it's here. It made a 3% up. But I'm gonna just check the charts for this. But anyways, the news which we saw, the reports it submitted, it was a general update. So this may not actually, this alone should not move the candle for this particular stock. So I'm gonna go to the other newses, all sentiments, just to check is there any other stocks which we missed, which is neutral, and we are thinking that this might impact some. The AI may not have properly analyzed. So just to be out of the hallucination part. So I see this Med Plus, which is actually negative in 4. Let's see what this is. Update under Regulation 30, read the obligations and disclosure regulation of 25. We would like to inform you that Optival Health Solution Private Limited, subsidiary of the company, has received 2 suspension order for a drug license for stores situated in states of Andhra Pradesh. Okay, that is definitely a bad news. Regulatory order, suspension or drug license for subsidiary or Optival Health Solutions. I'm gonna just check whether this particular stock exists in our. So it might be one of the direct impactee also, and as it's a subsidiary of MedPlus, I would expect that MedPlus should have gone down tomorrow. OptiValue, it's different thing. I don't think it's the same one. So let's go to MedPlus. MedPlus was 0.69 up. Just want to check when this news broke. 2 hours ago. Good stock for shortlisting tomorrow. It looks like it has regulatory issues with the 2 particular drug being cancelled on Andhra. Let me confirm it once. Let's go back and just check. Okay. Optimal Health Solution has received a suspension order for drug license in Andhra Pradesh. Optimal Health Solution, subsidiary of MedPlus Health Services, faces suspension of drug license leading to potential revenue loss. Okay, which is a red flag and a negative. Just gonna go to filing and facts. Suspension of drug license. Optimal Health Solution received 2 suspension orders. Then parties. Okay. Potential revenue losses. Oh, okay. That's quite a small amount. I'm gonna just check because it's a small amount for such a big company. Maybe this particular number might be in crores and we missed it. Let's see how much is the loss they have. Okay, so it's a minor loss. It's they can actually overcome that. Potential revenue loss is only 1 lakh. It said. Okay, it's a negative news, but impact is less on the company. But not sure how the market is going to take this. But if you see this sentiment itself, it says a negative and the 3 star. Good that we opened the filing as well, so that we are pretty much clear that this is a negative news, but it's not too impactful. Regulatory scrutiny may increase, leading to further penalties or more severe actions against the subsidiary. The suspension can significantly impact the operation and profitability. All right, but I'm gonna just check this and research more on this document. Just the sake of to check whether we have missed or AI has missed anything. Okay. All right. Let's go to the other one. On mobile Praxis, we checked. Fusion, we checked. Max Estate, we checked. Tech Mahindra, we checked. Let's just check BSC. So it's just analyst and investor meeting. So it's just an info. So it's just an investor meeting. Rescheduling the analyst and investor meeting. That's all. It's no impact. We have commercials in bags. Inform the exchange regarding the trading window closure. Okay. EPAC inform the exchange regarding the trading window closure. IRFC, the President of India, acting through and represented by the Ministry of Railway, Government of India, has informed the exchange about the intention to exercise over subscription option for I think it's 11 crores equity shares. All right, we need to check what this is. It has given NA. It's not neither neutral nor positive, negative. It's other. Summary is unavailable. That is great. I think this might be something, some news which. Okay. Proposed offer for sale of equity. OFS. Sell for face value of 10 each of Indian Railway Finance Corporation Company by its promoter, the President of India. Okay, President of India herself is selling this particular stocks, acting through the Ministry of Railway and Government of India through the stock exchange mechanism in the accordance with the. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna just download and summarize this better. I think there are a lot of information in this. I'm just gonna tell you what this says about. So quite often we see this AI gives most of the time the proper what do you say positive impacts, sentiments, and all the information. But it's always good to check what is actually said in the reports and read the reports properly. There are high chances that the AI might be hallucinating. So that's why. So that's what we are doing. We will be checking all the documents, and based on that, we would be doing our research. And whenever we see that this AI is not performing well, we will go and fix the AI with the better model or better prompt actually. Okay, so we got the summary for this particular document. So what it says is government exercise oversubscription option for OFS. Then railway to sell additional 11.24 crore shares. Total OFS size increases to 24.31 crore shares. 10% of the offer reserved for retail investors. And strong demand leads to the higher offer size. It's a green flag. In summary, strong subscription demand prompts government to increase RFC OFS size through oversubscription options. Alright, can you. Let me just check the share also, how it is performing. RFC. Okay, it was a gap down today at 92.50. Lot of selling happened today. IRFC OFS oversubscribed 1.86 times on day 1. Government exercise green shoe option. Okay, this is all coming from today's news itself, like 10 hours ago, 2 hours ago. So the filing is about IRFC's offer for sale by the government of India, which is promoter of company. What happened is the government initially planned to sell 13.07 crore shares to shares of IRFC, about 1% stake, through OFS, which is an offer for for or sale. Then investor demand turned out to be strong, so many of the folks wanted the IRFC share. Because of this, the government decided to use the oversubscription option, or what you call it as a green show options, and sell an addition of 11.24 crore shares. As a result, the total OFS size increased to 24.31 crore shares, which is 1.86% stake. Um, what does this mean is, think of it like this: government, they plan to sell 13 crore shares. Investor, they said, we want more shares. So the government is saying, okay, we'll sell another 11 crore shares. So this is the new money going to IRFC. That's all. If no, so is this the new money going to IRFC? No, it's not. The money from the sale goes to Government of India, since it is selling its existing shares. So ideally, Government of India, which is Government of India will have their own shares and stocks. So basically, if you think of any shares, the company owns it. In case of government, the president owns it. So if at all, if somebody wants to sell the particular share of the company, like a promoter sells a share, in this case the president has to sell it. So that's what is happening. The offer for sale OFS is the same thing. So they said the government will sell first that 1% of the share what they hold. So they did, and there was a oversubscription. So there are people said that we want for this particular price, and there are a lot of people. And now government is saying there is a lot of demand, so we are going to increase the stake more than 1%, which is 1.86% of the stake. So this is what is happening. So once you purchase this stock, that stock's money will be going to Government of India. So this is what is happening. So government is, I think, in need of some money, so that's why it's selling this Indian Railway Finance Corp stocks. The money from this sale goes to Government of India, since it's selling its existing share. IRFC itself does not receive any fund for this transaction. So it is something like government is selling the shares, and it won't go to our Indian Railway Financial Corp or IRFC. Government can use that money to anything else, or maybe for the same. It depends on government. Why is this the market interested is positive is strong demand for OFS indicates investors appreciate the confidence. So there is a positive intent for this. Negative is more share coming into the market increases the supply. So when there is a more supply and less demand, there might be the stock might go down, which sometimes put the short term pressure on the stock price. So that might happen. So in one line, if you ask me, is a strong investor demand prompted by the government to increase the size of IRFC offer for sale on from 13.07 crore to 24 crore shares by exercising this oversubscription option. So this is how they are getting it. So ideally, this is what happened. There was a demand. I don't see a spike. There was a gap up here. Then government thought that there was a couple of gap ups in between. So government thought that there is a high demand, so it released more shares on the market, and there is more shares, and now the demand has been completely balanced. More buyers, more sellers and less buyers. So that's why this might have dropped a bit. I see the news also indicate the same thing, and maybe there might be negative sentiments that government itself is selling this particular shares from there, and so that is causing some gap downs. So that might have happened. And again, if you see, these all the news got broke around 2 and 10 hours ago. These two news were around post market for definitely. So post market news is what is causing. I just want to check the 5 minutes candle how it went in. Yeah, so I don't see any news at this range. There was a huge gap down in the morning, maybe because of the news. Then it never recovered. It was going the same trench. If you see, the Ichimoku is also red, which is not a good indicator. If I go to days, the Ichimoku is getting more wider. Do see that the red line is coming down. The green line is behind that, following the same one. The MACD is much lighter. So if there is a trend reversal, we're not confident on the trend reversal. There is a huge selling also happened here. In the past, there were jumps and spikes, but I don't see anywhere there was a gap down and it recovered. So it was a day's candle. So this might be because of the war, and then here it might have recovered, or here somewhere, due to the war getting closed. So again it is down. We can't predict where it might go, so we're just gonna keep an eye on that. That's all. So that's all the news we had. Let's go to other newses which we have for apart from IRFC. Kodiak industry. I think this is a general update. I'll inform the general meeting transcript is what I believe. Earning calls transcript. You can ignore this. Is just a general update. Trading window closure for MedPlus. The second news which we are seeing, one was a very negative one, but I don't think it would make any dent for this company. It's almost a loss in revenue for 2 lakhs. Neela Spaces, we can check this as well. Notice for shareholders, regulation service, special window transfer request, general update. Ortin Global Limited. Alright, it's also closure of trading window. Closure of trading window notice. Closure of trading window notification. Closure of trading window. It's all general news. Resignation of director. SCPC. Okay. Astos resigned from the board of SCPC Limited. Okay, this is neutral news. It might be a very regular news. TCPL pack. I think we went through this. It's a green flag but neutral. Transfer of equity shares by ESOPs. Okay. Tech Mahindra notice for 39th annual general updates. Okay, with the last share, Thyrocare. This particular share has been going green. Again, closure of trading window announced. All right, we see that most of the reports which we saw here was very general update, and some of them were positive, but I don't see any impactful news out of this reports they have submitted. So we actually do not have any solid stock to trade tomorrow. We would be keeping an eye on mobile. This was 6% up already, and this particular report was released on 23rd. Maybe people have already traded on this, so that's why it was 6% today. But when we went through this, this particular document says about one mobile global limited launches Onmo plus smart console on Flipkart. We checked for this on the Google. We don't see any ads or marketing done on this. So we would expect that even though there is a sale of this stock, we won't be seeing massive sales and people talking about it, and can directly affect the stock for tomorrow. Mainly because I also did not hear about this particular gaming console. So new product launch, that's why it's a green flag and positive news. But as I said, it's based on the document, it's a positive news, but I don't see the market getting affected with this. Other than that, the other stock which we have an eye on is IRFC. So Indian government has given a OFS, offer for sale for, before it was offer for sale for 1%. They needed some money, so they are injecting a couple of shares in the market through OFS. And there was a high demand, so what they did was they again increased the shares from 1% to 1.86% stake. So now there is a balance of demand and supply. So we did see that this particular stock went down with the gap down. So we are suspecting it might bounce back, but we will wait. We are not completely confirm on this, because we see that very high selling happened today. And also the stock did not recover any time at the end of the day. The news has broken down around 2 hours ago. We can quickly check zero the kite for this particular stock and see how is the order placement for this, whether there is already a order placed, and based on that we can check. I'm checking now currently on Zerodha. What is the order placement, or is there already a order placed on a higher value, which you might see a significant uptrend tomorrow or a gap up. Overall, it's just neutral news, mainly because these news is if it is a government news, usually we could have seen the impact before as well, a couple of days back. And if you see the stock, this is a day chart, each candle is a day, and it's actually not in a proper trend. There is a downtrend, it is in a downtrend. Ichimoku is red, and I see that both are overlapping, and there is no proper direction of this particular stock. We'll wait for 1 or 2 days and see how it goes. So just for clarity, I have opened this guppy, which has a band of EMS. So if you see, there is no clear gap between the green band and the red band. So when it has a good gap, then we can predict that the trend is going down or not. Here there is a good gap. But if you see here, it just converged, overlapped, and again bouncing back. All right, that's it. We did not find any, but we did not find any from the news. But what we can do is, like the way we did other day, like we can go through all the technical ones, and then we can identify some of the stocks. So how we can do is, simple way is go to our trading view window and then go to screeners, stock, and I already have my indicators, filters already placed, which is I will be finding all the stocks which is under 7,000 rupees. Targeting only the mid cap stocks or higher mid cap stocks. It's not a large cap we're looking into, somewhere around 7,000 and less than 7,000. Most of the stocks are playing around 3,000 and 1,000 nowadays. Analyst rating is buy and strong buy. So mainly we are keeping it the stocks which are in a positive note, and only NSE stocks we will find very small set of stocks to look at. And also if I add the BSA as well, you will get duplicate entries for the same stock. That's why I'm keeping it as NSE. And second one is price is greater than 100, mainly because the small cap stocks won't make a high momentum. If you're lucky, it would, but usually it doesn't make huge jumps in a intraday. So we are finding a stock for only for tomorrow, that's why. And volume is more than 100k, mainly because smaller shares, no liquidity, no momentum. You hold it, you cannot buy the whole size of the stocks, and then you'll get partial order, and then you won't make any proper profits, and you can't sell or buy. That might cause the issue. So that's why we are finding some stocks which has good liquidity. 100k itself is a very bare minimum threshold. Usually 1M or at least 500k would be a better option. I can actually change it to 500k. Currently we had something like yeah, so this is the problem. So we had like 18 stocks to look at, 16 stocks to look at, but if you see more value, then the number of stocks will be lesser. So time frame is 1 day, and then we have this MACD. In MACD 1 day, so what I'm looking at is a stock where signal is below the level, just crossing below. If I go here, signal crosses down, moving average and conversion and divergence. So this actually gives me a stock which is just turning green. So we know that then coming up next couple of candles might be greener. So that's the assumption. So you can actually go wait a second, I think I made a mistake here. Stock crosses down, I think I'll check crosses up, and then We'll see what is happening. It's a 15 stocks. Let me just go to one of the stocks quickly. See, let's see how the chart is so that I can yeah, this is what I'm looking for, where the signals are crosses above this. So what are these lines? Let me just pull that as well. Go to settings. We have this orange line which is signal, and the blue line is MACD. So we expect MACD to be up above the signal line. So that's what those are the stocks which we are looking at, and in a 1 day time frame. So currently I'm in weekly. So if I go to day, I see I did a mistake. So it has to be other way around. In this case, it's should be crosses down. Signal has to cross down. So I'm gonna go back again and change my filters over there. So manual setup, instead of signals, should be crosses down. Usually you can mention crosses down by 1%, below 1%, which is also a good call. You can use this below or below equals if you are nifty with this. So I'm gonna check other one. This went off. So my setup is signal crosses down, my moving average, and MACD, basically MACD line. 1 day crosses down, level correct. Let's check signal once. Okay, signal doesn't come up. Level, all right. 1 day level, all right. So these are the 16 stocks which I have. The easiest way is to do is I create new watch list. How I can do is I think I clicked on the wrong one. Select the first one and go to the last one and click shift, select all, right click, add to a watch list, create a new watch list. I'm gonna give tomorrow's date so that I can check whether my analytics technical analysis is correct or not. Tomorrow is 25th June, picks 2026 pick. So basically I'm looking for these stocks tomorrow which might go up. Yeah, so 25th, and I have all the stocks. Now I can actually open one by one. So how I can do is just go back to products. There you have the super charts. Now you have your watch list along with that. So these are the 16 stocks which we have. One thing I can do is I can just check sort by volume. So the higher the volume, it's a better stock and better predictability. I'm going to change it to day. So this is it correct which I added? I'm just going to go back to my filters again just to check, because on a day level it's coming down. I'll just check other stocks. Yeah, it's perfect. This is what I'm looking for also. So we see that if there are stocks which are actually gone up too high, for example these Eternal, it's not Eternal, Entero Healthcare, Arvind Limited, these are all 6% up. So we usually we do not see something which would go again tomorrow on a rally. There are chances that the stock would go up, but the chances are less. So I'm going to pick something from the bottom which was negative, but still the MACD is giving a good signal. So the filtering is very quick. So first thing we check is Ichimoku. If Ichimoku is green, that means the trend is up and the MACD supports it, and then we do a buy. So next let's go to if I see JSLL, Gina Seco Life Care Limited. I had seen this stock in the past. It used to go high. See, the stock was almost like 17% up. Very next day it actually went to 750 and fell back to minus 5%. So these are like stocks which jumps left and right without any reason. So that's why we keep it take a call very sensibly. So let's go to the other stock. This one. We see that Ichimoku is green, good sign. MACD is green, good sign. RSI is flat. It might go downwards or upwards. We never know. And I'm just gonna check the news. It's a June 15th news. That's all. Four pharma stocks should be on your radar today. This is all pharma stocks which went up. It's been going up for a couple of days now, mainly because IT sector is going down. So the investors are taking the money from IT and putting into some sector which is performing better and doesn't have a AI impact. One of them is pharma for now. So maybe that's what is leading this. So I see that it has a very good pattern of higher high, not higher high, it's a sideways, but if you see all of them are green, then red, green, red, green, red, it's been doing the same thing. If it is a green, it goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles up, then red, continues 2 candles up, reds, continues green candles, continues red candles, continues green candles, red candles, green candles. I think next is a red one, but if you see the MACD is also making a good prominent I wouldn't say prominent, it's not so dark bar, but this is something I'll look into. There are other indicator also I can add and I can check how it's performing for on a day wise. So the one indicator is Ichimoku, which I said, which gives me a positive impact. I'm gonna go at super trend and see how what is the call on this. So in super trend, if you see, it is actually going down, still in a red zone only. It's not switched its trend, but there are chances it might come up tomorrow because I see it's very much getting lighter. So the next one, I'm gonna check Guppy just to see how is the trend. Yeah, so these is been touching and going, and now it's actually there is a gap, but it's not a convincing gap. I have added it as green, but I'll keep an eye on this. There is one more indicator I use, but it's too many indicators now. Mainly because overall I see it as a positive, but the only thing which is giving up is this RSI is not very prominently pointing towards upwards. It's parallel. So there is a breakout one. Okay, this is also not giving any indicators. Okay, let me check other indicator which I use. So this is some indicator combination of other indicators. It looks very messy, that's why we don't use it. Alright, so I have added it as a positive one. So the other indicator also did not clearly mention about its moment. Let's go to the other stock. I have added it as a green, but this one has a very good green candle. Ichimoku is green, MACD is green, RSI is almost on 70%. Buying is good. Let me just check the trend is just switched to green, which is good stock to buy tomorrow. All the things are pointing to a positive one for this stock. Sansera Engineering Limited. Okay, it's been positive for a couple of days now, 1 2 3 4 days, and 0.85% only it was up today. I'm gonna check the 5 minutes candle for this. Guppy, I'm pretty much sure it should have a good gap. I think this is a good stock to buy for tomorrow. I'm gonna point it as a velvet so that it's a good pick for tomorrow. Is there any other news for this? I can actually check in my particular stock in equivalence, so it can identify if there is any news which was already there. Sansera Engineering Financials. It's a financial stock, it says. Okay, press release is 21st May, but there is no news as such. It's a general update which has given to NSE. All right, think this is something which I will be adding tomorrow, but we'll just check Sansera Engineering. Okay, we'll keep this as purple. So overall the signals are MACD is high, RSI is going up, and also it's in 3000. So, and there is no negative news. It was a gap up also in couple of months back. There is a good gap between the red and the green bands. Trend has been super trend has been just switched to green, so which is actually a good news as well. We can hold it for few days until the trend gets reversed. Ichimoku is red. When it is red, even though if you see this MACD and if it is in a uptrend, it won't hold for long. I think overall this is already in a red zone itself. So not a clear indicator of going this being a positive one. So I'm not taking that call. There is one more. Ichimoku is green, which is a good news. But if you see the MACD, it's very lighter green. RSI is actually pointing towards up, which is good, and it's not even touched the 70% or about 70%. Good indicators, but the only thing which is giving me off is the red is very much closer to the greener line here. I'm going to check other indicators to see how it's affecting. One is super trend. Super trend is red, which is bad news. We can wait for it to be green and then make a trade. Possibly, if this particular trend is continuing, we would expect a greener bar over here in MACD, and also a trend reversal here. And I believe that RSI might go a little up. That would give us a good indicator. But for now, it's no, because mainly because we don't have much info. I see a very good gap between this green band and the red band, so it also indicates that it's an uptrend and might continue. But again, the only thing which is giving me off is if you see, there are a lot of red candles in between. Even though it has not moved much, it is consolidation somewhere here in this area, here to here. Looks like a breakout, but it might go in any direction based on the one second. It can go in any direction based on the tomorrow's market. So we won't give it a purple. I will keep it as a positive, but we'll take a look at it. For now, I saw only one. Let's go to the Narayana Hridaya. Okay, this is one of the stocks which we actually saw it in the equivalence as well as the reports, but we did not pick it up because the MACD was still in red. So I see a good chances. June 4th trade spotter. How should you trade Narayana ABB India Federal Bank? Alright, this was a good pick actually. There are enough green candles, but if you see, this red line has already crossed up and green is dipping down. The MACD is not much stronger. That's off for me. RSI is good. I'm going to check other indicators. The super trend indicator I'm trying. I see that it's still in red zone, which means it is a downtrend. So nope. Just basically it's a great stock, no doubt about it. And even this guppy is telling that it's going up. But if you see, there is no clear gap. It just reflected here after converging with the red band. So what we assume is Ichimoku is telling that it's an uptrend. MACD is not convincing enough to take a call tomorrow and thinking that it might go up. It's already has been gone up for last 5 days. Taking this would be a gamble now. I would have picked this stock somewhere here if the MACD was green, but now it's already been 5 continuous days with high. So I'm gonna not go with, if you are trading or planning to trade tomorrow, it might go high as, I think we have the recent high as 2000. Maybe there might be a resistance over there. I can check that with our other indicator also, swing breakouts. No, it's much higher than that actually. Yep. So yeah, I'm adding it as a green, but not as a something which is purple and great for tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, let's see. We have this particular stock again, which is in green Ichimoku, but MACD is not convincing enough. The green bars are much smaller. RSI is still pointing up, but the MACD is not convincing enough. So both signal and MACD lines are converged and going together. I see a lot of conversions happening here in this area. If I check other indicator, the guppy one, there is enough good gap between the red band and the green one. These are actually the EMAs with different configs. So but the gap is narrow. The green band is most of the time getting converged. Let's go back to the guppy again. So this is getting converged in quite often, so which is having a dip. So that's why I would still put this in no trade for tomorrow. It's already 1% up today. Maybe it might go up due to the Ichimoku, but the for tomorrow the MACD is still on a lighter side. Let's check Parimal Pharma Limited. So pharma sector has been going up for quite a few days now. So that's what you are seeing here. There is a huge buy happened on 23rd, and it's continuing on 24th as well. See a MACD which is going in green, but Ichimoku is already in red, starting red. So not something which I would pick for tomorrow, mainly because not convincing enough for me to purchase this for tomorrow. Ichimoku is still red. I can check with other indicator to see how it goes. One is, yeah, so we have this super trend. It's still in red. It's not even converged a bit. So if you can see, it's still in a downwards itself. It might take a couple of days with the MACD going high, which would consolidate a bit, and then we can take a trade based on that. Maybe it would do a higher lows, so might come down and again might go. So for tomorrow, not convincing enough to buy. Let's check Zinsar Technologies Limited. So Ichimoku red, downtrend. MACDs are still not green and not convincing enough, so not something we should look at tomorrow for a positive trend. Okay, we have one more, Acme Solar Holdings. This stock is in talk for quite some time now, and this indeed you can see it in the chart as well. It's I believe it's making a higher highs every day for now. Yeah, it's actually breaking its highs every day for quite some time now. So it was 363 on 1st June, then again on 8th. It's on a weekly chart. Let me go to daily. Yeah, so the trend is still uptrend. Ichimoku is green. MACD is also turned green again. It's again a smaller MACD, but overall trend, if you see, whenever the red MACDs have come, it was not strong enough to stay there. I see that there is a huge red candle over here. I assume that that might be because of the war, and post that it went in a good up direction. So I can check other indicators as well. There's a clear gap between the green and the red band. This would be one of the picks for tomorrow, as well as you can keep it for a couple of days for the swing. One thing we can check in TradingView is you see these dots. From there you can see people might have given already their inputs on this. So right, so they are saying a target of 446, and it's already hit one of the levels, Acme Solar 356. Okay, let's see how it went. Yeah, it is actually going as per his analysis. 1:1, 1:1:40, good for short-term trade. Support for staggered 267 level. RSI is greater than 70, which indicates good bullish. I think he indicated here it's already the RSIs are above 70%. I believe this is 70%. Yes. So if I see now, it's again touching the 70. Good stock for tomorrow. I'm gonna add it as a purple. So we got almost like two of these stocks for tomorrow, based on technical analysis alone. Let's check the other stocks. We have this consolidation phase happening in a day chart. MACD is not actually so much of strong enough, and I see this House of Mangalsutra Limited, Shringar House of Mangalsutra Limited. Okay, this one I'm not going to trade much. I never heard of this. I see that liquidity is pretty bad here for a day trading. I see some of the hours and 5 minutes, it's not even moving above. All right, let's go to a date wise, and let's go to other one. Precision Wires India Limited. Okay, this is on 441. MACD is green, Ichimoku is green, RSI is green, and I can check Guppy as well. It has been consolidated, overlapped, and again it's up. Not something which indicates a clear trend. If you see this is a clear trend of uptrend, so you could have bought it somewhere here. But if you see this, it's almost touching the red bands and bouncing back. Even if you have bought it here, you would have made a good profit after seeing the gap. But if you see here, there is no, actually it's very close to the red band, so it's not something which we could trade based on the assumption. So let's go with, yeah, so that's what I thought. So if you see, this has a red super trend says that it's in a downtrend. It's not yet shifted to uptrend yet. So that's why we won't be trading this. Not confident enough to trade this for tomorrow, so not adding any bands here. All right, we have a couple of table toppers, which is 5% up today, which is good. Ichimoku is converged, not gonna touch it. Uptrend, good green candle. It's already 6% up. What happened when it was 6% up in the past? It went down. So the risky take, you can check it and do it. I don't see any news. Also, May 29th was the last news this had, so not something which I would trade. And there should be some reason for a stock to go up. Either it's a news or the chart patterns are matching. So this went today, and if you see, this MACD was turning red, and not sure what caused this particular stock to go up. Maybe we don't know the news, or the news was not out, which is supposed to be out. So is there any other thing which might convince me that it's not a good pick? No. Indostar Capital Finance Limited, maybe this is a good stock to buy, but for me at least currently, I don't see this performing the same way for tomorrow, because I can see that this is already 6.33% up. If it goes up, that's great. Okay, now we have this Arvind Limited. News should be there. India UK FTA to boost textile export. Alright, so this is happening because there was a good jump in textile sector today. That is what is driving all these textile stocks to go up, mainly the Arvind. We had seen this before, in news, in Equivalence. If I can go back to Equivalence, if I go to news, in fact I can search for Arvind. Arvind Limited, Arvind Smart Spaces, Arvind Limited. Let's go to Arvind Limited. See, you see that 24th June there were two different newses already on this. Explained why are textile stocks are making big gains on Wednesday. Textile stocks are railed sharply on Wednesday after brokerage turned bullish on this sector. Alright, mainly there was a news about bullish insights on this sector. That's why it was up. That's why everyone moved to a stock which has a high momentum and liquidity. One of those things is Arvind Limited. That's why it moved up. And again, there was one more news. Motilal Oswal initiates coverage on KPR Mill. 7 other textile stocks with up to 43% upside. All right, so that is the reason this was up. So I wouldn't say that the ripple effect would follow through for tomorrow as well. This was a huge jump, and then usually it went up. Then was a downtrend again. It was up. It was a good stock to pick, but I'll wait for one more day, maybe one more candle to be appearing, then I'll take a trade. So that would be easier for me to gauge this properly. It's already 6%, so something which is already went high today, cannot expect that to be rocket tomorrow as well without any solid news. So all the news which we got was sectorial news. Maybe already people have already put the money in this particular stock yesterday, because a lot of Motilal Oswal and other guys have weighed more on textile sector. That's why. Ichimoku red, downtrend, one green candle, huge buying, lot of red flags. Entrio Healthcare Solution Limited. There is no news as well. So this is much is one of a case which went high without any reasons. All right. Looking back, I think I got two shares for tomorrow with good analysis. I'm gonna check this. Smarten was not one of them. Sansera and Acme are the two shares. Uh, so mainly because of the technical analysis, nothing major on that. And yeah, that's it from today's stream. I'm gonna put the both the shares here. Maybe we will not be adding any news as such in equivalence today to which has a very positive news, and you can it's a good idea for tomorrow. So we'll just leave the stocks which are great with the what do you say, the technical analysis today. Yeah. Okay, so that's all for today's stream. So basically, what we went through is we went with the news with the equivalence for all the reports people have submitted. Sorry, the companies have submitted to NSE, and then post that we went ahead and checked. Is there any something which would make an impact on the stock market tomorrow on the news? Due to the news, but we did not find anything which is strong enough to do it. Yesterday we've identified something, we were a little lenient, and we've identified a couple of stocks which were making good news, and we expected it to go higher today, but it did not. Only one of the stocks actually backed on our news. That's why we were a little stringent now. So when we get a proper good news which has a very positive impact, only then we would be eventually putting that as a good idea and showing it. For now, what we did was we checked our fundamentals and news, and we did not find any stocks. We went to analytics. We showed you how we use the screeners, trading view screeners to screen the stocks, and based on that what we look into the stocks, and then we identified two stocks for tomorrow which had a high probability of going up tomorrow, mainly due to the technical indicators. I have added it in the chat box, and please go through it. And if you are planning to buy, please do your own research before investing any money on that. So we have identified our stocks, but make sure that before you invest, you do your own research, and happy trading for tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you from Equivalence. Please join the live streaming tomorrow as well at the same time. Thank you.